Tonight in our 7 News Flashback, when disaster hit the Sydney Ferry Race, the mad dash across the harbour has been an Australia Day favourite for over 3 decades. But in 1984, one boat started sinking as it pulled into Circular Quay in front of hundreds of horrified spectators.
Even if I could afford a steamer, I will take the ferry boat every time.
Sydney's ferries are much loved, and on one day of the year we celebrate the workhorses of the water in the Great Ferry Race. The spectacle is an Australia Day tradition.
It's a good excuse to go to Sydney Harbour and see something a bit different.
In 1981, the bragging rights went to an old dame of the harbour, the wooden-hulled Karrabee, built in 1913.
The Karrabee nearly lost her lead several times, but she managed to cross under the harbour bridge only a couple of metres ahead of last year's winner, the Lady Woodward and Lady Cutler.
The Karrabee lined up again in 1984.
Karrabee flounders with apparent engine problems. But soon after, it's again full speed ahead.
Ferry historian John Darroch was travelling alongside on another boat, taking photos.
Then on its way back to the quay, they obviously thought they were going to win, so they went faster, and the faster they went, the more water came over the bow. The passengers had to stand up on the seats.
John's photos show the Karrabee's bow dipping lower and lower as waves wash over the deck. The ferry finished third and limped into Circular Quay. It was clear something was very wrong. People jumped ashore as she began to sink in front of shocked onlookers.
It just disappeared and put its nose deeper in the water and reenacted the Titanic, just settled beneath the wave.
John's camera captured the moment bystanders pulled the captain to safety with just seconds to spare.
He was the last one to get off.
Police divers were called in to check the wreck, the top of her funnel and mast the only part still visible. Immediately there were questions about why the ferry was allowed to race after allegations she was deemed unsafe before the event. No one was injured, but the outcome could have been very different had it sunk in deeper water.
So they were very, very lucky to come away with no injury, only the embarrassment of not having a ferry again.
A giant floating crane lifted the wreck from the bottom of Circular Quay. The operation took around an hour. The Karrabee had to be towed away.
The authorities were so panic-stricken about wooden ferries that the Karrabee's fate and all the remaining 3 wooden boats were sealed, and they were taken out of service soon after.
They were replaced by the current fleet that will jostle for line honours this year.